Okay, we are so excited to welcome our next guest right here at the Everyday Kentucky Kitchen. See,
Yeah.
see the kitchen.
It's just a set now because the
It's just a
kitchen's
set.
gone.
It's
That's
a
right.
minimalistic design.
Right, very much so. We've got a virtual fireplace that we can
That's
roast
right.
our food over. But ladies and gentlemen, we are certainly glad to have her.
She is a busy woman, of course, traveling the state as a spokesperson for the Agriculture Department. She's also preparing to compete at the Miss America competition. Here she is, Miss Kentucky, our reigning Miss Kentucky, Haley Wheeler. And we're so happy to have you.
I'm so happy to be here again.
Okay, so we're going to kind of put you to work right off the bat because we consider you to be a real fashionista. I mean, look at her right now. She's fabulous,
Oh,
right?
fantastic, absolutely.
So we want your opinion on Jim Caldwell's burgundy suit. Okay,
we're doing
so
this.
he's been talking about this for quite some time. He just had it made, and he asked our last fashion expert what he should do. She said gray and blue, and he did it.
I did great, literally gray and blue. Even the tie is that. So what do you think?
I like the color blocking. I like the structure. Very, very Ron Burgundy. Class 8 Burgundy.
Oh, I see
So
what
here's
you
the
did
thing.
I mean, I looked at you and I was just like, Great Odin's Raven. Just
Oh my God. Exactly what we thought as well. Let's pull up a little side-by-side action.
Oh, my
See what you and Ron look like next to each other.
Oh, the side by side.
Oh, Jimmy.
we got to get the mustache
The
going, though,
striped tie and all. You just need a vest.
I need a vest. You know, he's fancier than I was with a three-piece. I like the suit, y'all.
I like it too.
I feel
It
really
It looks good. It's very
I feel-
snazzy.
He's bold, isn't he?
Yes,
bold,
very
and that's what we learned earlier in the week, or well, that was last week. Bold, big colors, big bold colors. So here
I'm
we
all
are.
for a big punchy color. I've got
See,
vermilion on today. and-
Vermilion.
Well, listen, when I was 5, they had this Blue's Clues episode with all the colors on it. It was
Right.
like vermilion, tangerine, magenta, chartreuse. And so, I mean, I guess that's why I'm the eccentric person that I am. I blame you, Steve, from Blue's Clues.
Wherever he is.
Wherever you are. You made that cute video for 25 years of Blue's Clues, and I loved it, and I might have cried a little bit.
I think
So
I
did she.
too.
So did
I
she.
watched it too. He wasn't as familiar with it, and I get that, but oh my gosh, it brought me back. Made me feel so nostalgic. And you kind of do too, because I used to be a pageant girl back in the day. I never became Miss Kentucky,
How
but
close-
got
how
pretty
close?
darn close.
See?
I got third.
Third?
Second runner-up.
See, well, that's closer than I've ever been.
Well, I mean, yes.
Yes.
He's emceed a few though, so he's really good at that.
I've
But
emceed more than 20, yeah.
Oh, that's
one
fun.
for 20 years. Yeah,
Does
absolutely.
anybody ever ask you what the weather's like?
Well, let me tell you, if I don't hear that at least one time a day outside of work, then I'm not doing my job very well.
There you go.
Because you want people to ask. That's what we
exactly.
want.
And we want to know more about you. So your talent is something that I actually heard about before I ever met you, because you're a singer and apparently a great one.
Thank you.
I know you and Victor Puente are actually from the same hometown, and he says you and your sister both sing.
Yeah, my sister actually has an EP on pretty much every streaming service. I don't have an EP.
Yet.
I don't have that kind of time, really.
Right.
But, I mean, yet. If anybody wants me to, call me. But, yeah, no, I love singing. I've been singing ever since I could talk. And that was Saturday. I sang 7 songs, was planning on 4, sang 7.
So I know one of them was Jolene.
Yes, it was.
Which, you know, we're big Dolly fans here. Bill Bryant, if he's listening, he's over in the other room.
He'll
He
love
might
it.
love just a little taste of it.
Oh,
Can you
he
give us a
would?
taste of
a
Jolene?
little.
If the network's okay with it.
Well, we don't have the real song on.
You're right.
Dolly, forgive us.
It's a cover. Fair use. Fair use.
All right, take it away.
All right. Jolene, 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 Jolene. Oh, I'm begging of you, please don't take my man.
Ooh, I love it.
Got chills
Well,
on
she
that
also,
one,
you
know?
yodel too. I do. She's like, I do a little yodeling.
And I laughed, and she said, "No, I'm serious.
Yeah, that's not
I
a
do."
joke.
Oh, I've done it for the kids in elementary schools, and they're like, "What? Oh my
I
goodness!"
bet they go wild for you.
They do, and the funny thing is, I usually do it a cappella because I don't carry tracks with me, and I do student participation to make it more fun. So I have them clap, and then when I get through about half the song, I'm like, let's speed it up. So then we clap a little bit faster, and I yodel a little bit faster.
Well,
now I'm not like Jewel though. Jewel's like the ultimate in yodeling.
She is
Yes, I'm
good.
23, but I know who Jewel is. I'm cultured.
Yes,
I'm a
you
woman of
are.
culture.
well, we want to hear it.
Just a little.
Just a little
little.
bit. Just a little.
Okay, let's do a little bit. I'm sorry to the ears of the listeners.
Oh my
gosh. I love it.
So I
is
cut
that
myself off really well. I was like, ugh.
now? Are you going to do that at Miss America? Or are you just going to stick to singing?
I'm just gonna stick to regular singing.
Just regular singing?
regular.
What are you singing this year?
I'm singing "I'd Rather Go Blind" by Etta James.
Oof, it's a
I
good
grew
one.
up loving soul music, so I mean, Etta's queen of soul. So.
And you won talent at Miss Kentucky.
Twice.
I won Miss Congeniality twice.
I never won that, but a lot of people are like, you got to vote for yourself. You just need
Well,
two or three votes. I'm like, Congeniality doesn't vote for herself.
People don't ever, vote for the winner. The winner rarely wins.
Is that what happened?
Everybody probably knew she was like real competition.
See, in my hometown, the girls actually vote on Miss Congeniality in Miss Powell County, and usually the girl who deserves it wins it every
good.
year. So I mean, I feel like we come back pretty honest over there.
There you go.
So how many times did you get to Miss Kentucky?
Oh, I competed 6 times.
6 times.
Yep, 6 years. I always talk to kids about perseverance and grit because I feel like that's what it took to finally win, among many other things, hard work and practice and stuff like that. Those are just little things, right?
Right.
Right.
But 6 times, yeah, and I always tell kids, I had to hear no 5 times before I heard the most important yes I've ever heard in my life. So sometimes that's part of the journey.
So
Absolutely.
You've been all over the place then, just competing, just to get to this level, and here you are,
I have.
reigning Miss Kentucky.
Yep, I've held 6 titles. I was Miss Ohio Valley, Miss Frankfort, Miss Mammoth Cave area, Miss Western Kentucky, Miss Louisville Metro, and then I ended on Miss Bowling Green.
There you go. You made it work. And this is the iconic dress that you won in, and she has a name, right?
She does. That is Miss Truvy.
And who is that named after?
From Truvy from Steel Magnolias, of course.
Of course.
None other than Dolly Parton's character in Steel Magnolias, who says, "There's no such thing as natural beauty."
I am all with her on that. I am all with her. So you do events, and you're available if people want to have you out and, maybe yodel. Clearly, she'll do anything you ask her to. She's
I
so
will.
game. I love
I'm still
it.
working on underwater basket weaving, but I'm going to try my hand.
I know
at
you're going to get it.
sometime.
You're going to get it. But you can email bookmissky@gmail.com, and then of course follow her on Facebook and everything. When is Miss America? Because we want to.
We have a date now.
We want to cheer you on.
December 16th. It will be televised. We're not sure of the network yet. I mean, of course, we're probably not allowed to say a network, but
Right.
we have some ideas. But December 16th, it's a big day.
When do you go up and start filming and all that, or get there just going through the
Well, we've already
competition?
done
How
the
long is
filming
that?
and stuff for like the interviews and the B-roll, but
Okay.
I think we go up like one of the first couple weeks of December. They haven't sent us the exact schedule
Okay.
yet.
Okay.
I actually draw for my contestant order on the 20th of this month, so I'll find out where I go in the competition and who's before me and who's after me.
Have you
So-
been stacking the girls up a little bit?
Not too much. I enjoy them too much to like just stack them up. I'm like, well, gosh, they're all pretty and
Right.
nice and talented, and they'll talk about stuff that they're doing, and I'm like, well, I mean, I got to pretend I was in a horse riding accident yesterday. What'd y'all do?
Pretend.
What?
Yeah, okay, so part of working with the Department of Agriculture is promoting safe practices in agriculture. And I get to be the guinea pig a lot. So Dale Dobson, one of my bosses with the Department of Ag, he says, you will be airlifted, you will be buried in grain for a grain rescue. And yesterday, I got thrown off of my horse, Lucky. He's this giant rubber horse. He's actually very heavy, feels like a real horse. And I was just laying on the ground in a full jumpsuit, a helmet and goggles, waiting to be rescued. And EMTs and fire were trained to pick me up properly and assess me for my injuries. And they said I was a good patient. They said I was too good of a patient because I have a medical background with a degree in speech pathology. So I was like, oh, my back is hurting. I can't move my toes. My legs are tingling.
It
They're
could
like,
be
spinal
this.
injury.
Yeah. I love that. Miss Kentucky's way harder than I thought it was.
You gotta be able to have your head on a swivel. Let me tell you, that's not
At all
just an
times.
Anchorman reference, but you do have to have a head on a swivel.
Oh my gosh, we couldn't have picked a better person to come
Are
in.
you glad? Are you glad you didn't win now? Because
Kind of, yeah.
You don't want to be thrown under 1,000 pounds of grain. and
Not
all that,
really, not
or
particularly.
At least pretending,
Well, we're so proud of you, and we can't wait to cheer you on, and we want you to come back literally anytime. You have an open invitation.
Absolutely. I want to do the weather one day, Jim.
We
have to
talked
make
about
that happen.
I think we can let you do it. You've done everything else. I mean, you
I feel like-
ran this interview, so
Oh my gosh, no.
We owe this to her.
we do. We absolutely do.
Well, Haley, we appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Oh, no, thank you. I appreciate it.